Hey! How's the situation in town?
Everything is under control. Carry out your assignments.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal.
What do you want here?
What can you tell me about this area?
These are the barracks. Where do you want to go?
Thanks, that's all I wanted to know. I want to see the prisoners.
All right, pal.
I warned you, but you wouldn't listen. We will discuss this later. Now get lost. I want to rest. I warned you, but now... You'll regret...
From this moment onward, Lord Andre...
Hey, you! What's new?
More and more riffraff have been pouring into town lately. Thefts are on the rise, and Lord Andre suspects that it's the work of a gang. Not long ago, we turned the entire harbor district upside down, but we still haven't found a thing.
What is there to know about this town?
The Paladins now have control over the whole city. The entire militia reports to them. Lord Andre is the commander of the militia, and at the same time he acts as the judge. If you should ever run foul of the law, you'll have to justify yourself to him. But he's pretty lenient by all accounts. He usually lets people get away with a fine.
Tell me about these paladins.
Since the Paladins have arrived in Corinus, they've retreated to the upper end of town. They're not letting anyone in there anymore, except for the citizens of the town and the militia, of course. There are some Paladins who guard the ship down at the harbor, but those are far from talkative.
What can you tell me about this area?
These are the barracks. Where do you want to go?
The security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further strengthened. The guards on the gates are ordered to interpret the law in the strictest sense of unauthorized entry.
What are you doing here?
I'm training the boys to use a crossbow and help them become a little more dexterous.
Could you train me?
Sure thing. If you have enough experience, I can help you. Always remember, dexterity and long-range combat belong together like crossbow and bolt. The one
Isn't worth a thing without the other. I understand. So, doing all right?
What else do you want? I didn't steal anything else, honest, man.
Everybody knows by now.
Ah, there you are again.
Secret. Don't tell me that. That's not what my husband thinks.
Someone's gonna do
Hey, you! One more thing.
Don't tell me
Listen,
that.
kid, I've got important things to do right
Really?
now.
How interesting.
We'll talk again later, got it?
And he works all day too.
And he works all day too.
He'd better shut up.
Who says things like that?
He'd better shut up.
But there, where Adanos stood, was a place in which Enos and Beliar had no power. when in this place order and chaos were equal, and so the sea was created.
Do you really believe that?
So why won't they listen to me?
It's really not.
Show me your way.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Halt! No one may enter the storeroom!
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
I belong to the Royal Army. I want to equip myself.
Do you have an order for that?
It can't go on like this for
No.
Then get out of here!
He never would have thought of that himself.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Has anything exciting happened?
Oh well, all's quiet.
See that?
I suppose that when the orcs come, we can't fail to notice.
Pick that up then.
That's really not my problem.
That's the first I've heard.
But Enos beheld what Beliar had done, and he also bestrode the land and chose the human. And Enos spoke to him, and the human became his subject. And Enos gave.
And how's business going?
Don't remind me. Lord Andre is serving free beer at the Gallows Square. Hardly anybody comes here now, except for the rich people from the upper quarter.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, some of those swells could really get on your nerves. Take that Valentino, for instance. But I can't pick my customers. I need every coin I can make. What little I had managed to save has been stolen, along with all my silver.
You've been robbed?
Yep, some time ago. It was still rather crowded that night, and I was doing the rounds serving beer. I wasn't gone long from behind the counter, but it was long enough for those bastards. I went to see the militia about it, but they couldn't find a thing, of course. Yeah, they prefer to get plastered on free beer.
What is it with this Valentino?
He's filthy rich and has no need to work. And he brags about it to everybody, whether you want to hear it or not. He drinks a lot and always stays until the end. And then early in the morning, he totters back to the upper quarter. It's the same every day.
And Enos, in his wisdom, did so. Return to the land.
Ah, customer, what can I do for you?
I have a few questions about the city. Tell me about the town.
Corinus is one of the wealthiest cities within the kingdom, even if it doesn't look like it at the moment. But since the Orc War started, trade has almost come to a complete standstill. The king has requisitioned the entire merchant fleet for military service, which means that hardly any ships come into the harbor now. So, the supply of goods is very scarce now, and many citizens of the town are very worried. Nobody really knows what the future will bring. There's basically nothing we can do but wait and see what happens. It's not like we can change anything.
Where can I buy something around here?
The market is directly in front of the door. You should be able to find everything there. There are a few more shops and craftsmen on the other side of town. Most of them are near the other city gate. Also, there's a fishmonger in the harbor district. His shop is right at the harbor. He's easy to find.
I'm looking for a room.
Ah, you're in the right place then.
One of the paladins told me that I could spend the night here for free.
Yes, yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have 1 or 2 beds free.
Why do the paladins pay for everything?
I don't know what that's all about either. For one thing, I think they want to get all the poor suckers off the streets so they don't make any mischief. And for another, they want to get on the good side of the traveling traders. Now that the farmers are rebelling, we have to rely on the traders for provisions. Besides, I think they want to improve the morale in the city a bit. Lord Andre has even arranged for free beer to be given out at the Gallows Square.
I have a few questions. Who's staying here at the moment?
Almost all of them are traveling traders from the market.
Aha!
Don't even think about messing with their stuff. I don't want any trouble here.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. Due to the general situation, the forest and wilderness near the city are to be avoided for your own protection. Furthermore, any contact with the rebelling peasantry in the surrounding areas is strictly forbidden.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'm a novice from the monastery. I run errands for the magicians and also the paladins. I have provided the 3 innkeepers in the city with wine from the monastery.
Who are the 3 innkeepers?
One of them is the good man here behind the bar. Then there is Kerrigan, who has his tavern on the Temple Square, and Cardiff, the owner of the tavern in the Harbor District.
What can you tell me about the monastery?
We novices seek enlightenment in prayer to Innos and learn the principles of faith from the magicians. We serve them as we serve Innos and prepare ourselves for the union with the fire.
Well, take me to the...
Forget it. Do you know how many creatures I had to evade on the way? When I think of all those bloodflies, wolves, and goblins, I'm glad that I don't have to leave here anymore. Besides, you can't enter the monastery anyway.
Why not?
Entrance is only permitted to magicians, paladins, and novices.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus.
Hey, what's up?
By the
As long as the paladins don't have any new assignments for me, I can have myself a couple of beers
Due
here.
to the general situation,
What more
the
could you
forest
ask?
and wilderness
You're working
near the
for the
city
paladins?
are to be avoided for your
Yeah,
own protection.
I report to them on the
Furthermore,
situation
any
in the
contact
city.
with the rebelling
At the
peasantry
moment,
in the surrounding
everything is
areas
quiet.
is strictly forbidden.
How are things with the orcs?
No reason to worry. We in the city guard and the paladins have everything under control. Go home and let us do our work. We're watching over the town and its citizens. Oh.
Would you like another beer?
There's nothing better than a cool ale.
You were about to say something about the orcs.
Oh yeah, right. The orcs are absolutely no threat to the city. They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and the pass is held by the paladins. Not even a meat bug could get through there.
Would you like another beer?
Well, I won't say no to a decent pint.
They've even spotted an orc outside of town.
Yeah, right. The dangerous orc outside the city. A real monster of an orc. Well, he's bound to attack the city soon. Listen, we'll kick that fat orc in his fat ass if he comes too close to the city. Got it?
I see. Would you like another beer?
A tasty bitter ale is absolutely the best. You know, You don't often meet someone who'll treat you to a beer. You're all right.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. By reason of the imminent danger of an attack by orcs, each inhabitant of the city is to prepare himself accordingly. Everyone is to begin training in the skills of combat immediately, and to arm himself appropriately. Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby
Lord Andre is
enacted.
springing for a few barrels of free beer. Hey, come close. Nothing.
Hey, don't bother me, I'm on duty.
Okay?
Sure, let's bring down a few beasts.
Boy, that lunatic's hammering is wearing me down.
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you think hammers all day long in the Harbor District? I mean that lunatic felon. He takes the hammer to his hut every day.
Are those your sheep?
The only one that belongs to me is the one that answers to the name of Lucy. That's my wife, Lucy. The sheep belong to the militia. All the sheep they collect from the farmers, they bring to me.
And how are the sheep?
Felon's hammering is going to drive them crazy. One of these days, they'll go completely to pieces.
I could take care of Felon.
You want to help me? What's in it for you?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get him to stop hammering, I'll pay you 25 gold pieces. But I'll tell you one thing right now. You can't talk to the guy. He's nuts. The only thing that will help is a few decent punches.
I'll see what I can do.
You can think about it. Remember, I'll pay you 25 gold coins.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable
Smart kid.
Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
Hey. Why are you hammering?
For days now, I've been desperately trying to fix the leaks in my house. The rafters have been crumbling away ever since we had those rainfalls recently. Soon everything's gonna come down around my ears.
Someone's gotta do the work.
I'm not telling you anything new.
That's not what I heard.
I'm no better off myself.
That's not what my husband thinks. That's not what my husband thinks.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following
talks too much.
I never knew that.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Hello? Are you feeling quite well?
Fine, just as long as I manage to get all this repaired in time.
It's a bad business.
Could you stop hammering?
No, I have to finish this.
That's been known a long time.
Someone's gotta do the work.
I'll give you 10 gold pieces if you stop that hammering.
Hey, that's very generous of you. But as to your gold, you can... Well, you know what you can do with it.
Just quit hammering, okay?
Just try not to bug me too much, okay?
Stop that hammering or I'll break every bone in your body.
Forget it, or I'll knock some sense into your head with my hammer.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I never knew that.
Everybody knows by now.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
And he works all day, too.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Don't you try that again.
Hey, you!
Okay, so you beat me. Some heroic deed that was.
Will you stop hammering now, or do I have to thrash you again?
No, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop. But if everything collapses around here, it'll be your fault.
Hey, you!
And he works all day.
Hello? Are you feeling quite well?
The roof is getting worse all the time. The next time it rains, the water will be sloshing up to my ankles, and it's all your fault.
Anything for me.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Will it ever change?
Martial law is a
Felon will hammer no longer.
Hear that? No more hammering. At last, I thought the fellow would never quit. You've done me a huge favor. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold pieces.
every crime or act of resistance against the king's guards most severely. Every inhabitant of Corinthus who is guilty of a crime.
What's new?
I wonder why the Paladins are here at all. They're holding the town hall, the barracks, and the harbor, but they haven't actually done anything so far. If they were here about the orcs or the bandits, they would have done something ages ago. There must be another reason.
If I hadn't seen it
What are the most interesting places here in Corinthus?
Maybe you better ask that of a man. If it's entertainment you want, try the harbor. But if you want to buy something, go to the marketplace at the East Gate or to the lower part of town.
I don't believe that.
Who are the most important figures in this town?
Since the Paladins came here, they have taken over control of the entire city. Lord Andre represents the law. You will find him in the barracks. But you only need to go to him if you've trespassed against the law or to join the militia.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
What can you tell me about this area?
You are now in the Harbor District. Where do you want to go?
Just gossip.
Thanks, that's all I wanted to know.
Who says things like that?
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinthus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is reason of the imminent danger of an attack by orcs. Each inhabitant of the city is to prepare himself accordingly.
What are you doing
Everyone
here?
is to begin training in
This
the
is my
skills of
home.
combat
But if you mean,
immediately,
what do I
and to
do all
arm
day?
himself
I
appropriately.
arrange fights.
What do you know about the war against the orcs?
There's not much to tell. The war's been going on for too long. The country people are starving. Everywhere there are peasant revolts that are put down mercilessly by the king. But there's just too many of them. If the war doesn't end soon, the realm will fall apart.
You arrange fights?
Every day, from noon until evening. And right here, behind the warehouse in the Harbor District. Home sweet home.
What are the rules for the fight?
Quite simple. All regular weapons are allowed, no bows or crossbows, and no magic. We fight until one of us drops. And as soon as one of us is flat on his back, it's over. Got it? Whoever leaves the ring is out. So if you quit, I win. The stake is 50 gold coins. If you win, you get 100 back. If not, well, then your money is down the drain. Got it?
Yep. You live behind the warehouse?
It's only temporary. When you have as much gold as I do, you can afford a little luxury. I was a drill instructor in the army, but I left that bunch to seek my fortune in adventure. Now I've wound up in this shithole. My last 100 gold pieces went to the guards at the city gate. So, I'm seeing to it that I come into money again. I even had to sell my sword.
To whom did you sell the sword?
I swapped it with a trader in the marketplace for some stuff. The guy's called Jorah. The torches and the bit of meat that he gave me are long used up.
He isn't likely to give me the sword for nothing.
It's an old sword. He won't want much for it. Just think of the money as an extra stake for the fight.
Hear ye,
I want to fight against you.
Do you have
By the
50 gold
explicit
pieces?
order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby
Here you are.
enacted.
We have a
Martial
new
law is
challenger.
immediately
The bets are
declared in all
placed.
cities
Are you
and
ready?
regions of the realm. All civilian
Come
judges
here.
are to
Then
hand
let's
over
see
their
what you can
duties to
do.
the royal paladins, effective immediately. The Honorable...
Finish him!
Not bad.
Ah, my head. Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. I see you already took your gold. You could have waited until I gave it to you. I keep my word. And one more thing. No one talks about what goes on behind the warehouse.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree
I
is
want to fight
hereby
against you.
enacted.
Nah. Before I go up against you again, I need a better weapon.
All
I
the
had to sell
citizens
my
of this
sword a
city who
few
have
days
martial
ago.
skills
With
at their
that, baby,
disposal
I'm
are herewith
unbeatable.
urged to join
If you
the
get it
royal
back
militia.
from me, I'll take you on again.
Is it really true? Some problem solved themselves. That's not what I heard.
But the light was a torment for Belial.
Alric says you got his sword.
Do you mean that ragged fellow who traded his weapon to me for a few torches and chunks of meat?
That's him.
I still have the sword.
How much do you want for it?
Well, for you... Ah, so what? Here, take it. After all, you did help me get my gold back.
For the king.
I've got your sword.
Ah, that's much better than fighting with an old stick.
I want to fight against you.
I only fight from noon until evening. The fighting is only worth it if there are enough spectators who place bets. It's still too early. Come back later.
Hey, you got no business here, understand?
Who are you?
That's none of your business. I'm the boss here, okay?
The boss? Of what? Of those chests?
Hey, the storeroom was under my supervision, got it? So piss off, or else I'll bash in your skull.
I've got some information about the orcs.
Let's hear it.
They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and it looks like they're going to stay there. To be on the safe side, the paladins are guarding the pass.
Good. If you find out more, let me know.
As to that orc outside of town?
Yes?
Don't worry about him. The city guard is going to take care of him.
Thanks for the information. The way it looks, we have all the time in the world for building our ship.
What's going on at the harbor?
Look around for yourself. There's nothing going on here.
That's exactly what I said.
He never would have thought of that himself.
There've been all kinds of rumors.
What are you doing here?
My name is Brahim. I draw maps and sell them. Since you're new here, maybe you could use a map of the city? It's quite affordable and very useful until you know your way around.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Is it true that some townspeople have simply vanished?
So I've heard, but I'm not sure whether it's really true. Just look around you. Does this rat hole look like the place where you want to spend your golden years? Small wonder that people are getting themselves out of here.
Show me your maps.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
That doesn't surprise me.
Those are all just rumors.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
That's nothing new.
Hey! Is it true that...
So I've heard. Just look around you. Does this... Small wonder that...
That's nothing new.
Hey!
Ahoy, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man, I went to sea and rode through many a big storm.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere, even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Let them. Then at least they'd be out of my tower.
That doesn't surprise me.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
Tell me about the harbor.
The harbor of Corinthus isn't what it used to be. There's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't come anymore, and trade is dead. This harbor's about to go under.
It's a bad business.
That'll only cause more trouble.
So why don't you leave?
Nobody would take an old sea dog like me on his ship these days. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout in his rotten old bones.
And? Are they right?
Balderdash. Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
Don't tell me you didn't know.
What do you mean by riffraff?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. All they do is drink all day and spend their last pay at the brothel. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the ships no longer coming?
They all say that once the war is over, everything will be like it used to be. That's a load of bilge water. I tell you, a sailor can see when a town's going downhill. A sailor feels that in his blood. And I can tell you, forget about this harbor. Its heyday's over.
You don't have to ask me that.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
It can't go on like this forever.
He simply talks too much.
And it's gonna get even worse.
You know your way about the harbor, don't you?
For everybody.
Sure thing. Why?
Who says things like that?
How's the shipping traffic?
The only ship that's come here recently is the Paladin ship. It's over there behind the rocky ridge to the southwest.
What kind of rumors are floating about?
Around here, we don't like people who ask too many questions, especially not if they're strangers.
Why don't I see any militia?
They don't dare come in here. We take care of things ourselves.
He simply talks too much. Who says things like that?
Hey!
Hey, I haven't got time to chat with you. Talk to Cardiff if you want information.
That's terrible.
I need information.
I won't tell you a thing from now on.
What do you know about a package of swamp weed?
Whoever owns such a package is a rich man, and probably a very relaxed man as well.
Don't try to fool me. You know something, so spit it out.
All right, all right. This fellow came to my tavern the other day, one of the mercenaries. He said that he sold a package of swamp weed at the harbor, but of course he was completely stoned. That's all I know.
I can't keep anything to himself. Who says things like that? That's terrible.
You should have known.
Hey, you're in the militia now. I'm gonna laugh myself sick. A former convict in the militia. Only you could pull something like that. You won't blow the whistle on me about working for Lee, will you?
But you know me.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It's gonna get even worse.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Those are all just rumors.
That's what I've always said.
I could have told you that.
And he works all day, too.
What are you standing around for out here? Go on in and meet our passionate Nadja. This hot creature of the night will give your life a new meaning.
I witnessed it myself.
That's nothing new.
Everybody knows by now.
Do you really know as much? You already know more. Believe me. I agree with you completely.
Some don't even know how wicked they are.
You should really have known better.
His deeds were just.
I've got no time to lose.
He really didn't deserve that.
That was the way he is.
All those who recognize his wisdom.
I've heard a thing or two.
Tell me all kinds of rumors.
Same old thing, all
Like
the
it's
same.
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
That's what I've always said. Don't tell this to anyone.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Enos.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler. Here, have a plate.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Someone's got to do the work.
That's what I've always said.
Really, how interesting.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Hey!
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Who says things like that?
But that's terrible.
That's a better shot. Everybody knows by now. And he works all day, too.
I don't believe that.
You better shut. These are bad times.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Talks too much. If I hadn't seen it with my own
Everybody knows by now.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes,
Are you the one who runs this place?
I am Bromo, this is my house, and these are my girls. I like my girls. And if you like my girls too, then you'll pay for it, 50 gold pieces. And don't get the idea of making trouble here.
I don't believe that.
Are all your girls accounted for?
Of course they are. Or do you think I want to go to jail over something like that?
I wasn't asking about your payroll. I mean, are they all present, or have any gone missing?
Oh yeah. Actually, one of my girls has up and left. Her name's Lucia. I reported it to the militia too, but they claim they haven't found a trace of her yet.
How long has Lucia been missing?
Several days. I don't know exactly how long. I assume she ran off with one of her suitors, eh? That bitch made off with part of my savings, a really valuable golden dish, huh? If I get hold of her, I'll give her what for. So how is that any business of yours, huh? Do you want to have fun or not?
That's an open secret.
Talk to Bromar if you want to have some fun.
Hey, you!
Hey, I can't take care of you now, baby. Talk to Bromar if you want to have some fun.
I just want to ask you a few questions about those missing people.
I could tell you a thing or two, but not here, honey.
Then let's go upstairs.
Fine, but you get it settled with Bromar first. I don't want any trouble.
That's what I've always said.
I'm busy.
He'd better shut up.
Who says things like
I want to have some fun.
Fine. You're not likely to forget the next few hours of your life anytime soon. Go upstairs with Nadja then. Have fun.
Hey! Let's go upstairs.
Today's your lucky day, baby. Let's go. That's what I've always said.
Don't tell this to anyone.
That's what I've always said. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. These are bad times.
That's what I've always said. That's not what my husband said. And it's going to get even worse. I can't take care of everything.
Someone's gonna
So can we talk now?
We've got enough privacy up here. Bromar doesn't like to see us talk to guests during work if there's nothing in it for him. So you want to know more about the people who disappeared down here at the harbor, do you? I don't know whether I can help you much, but at least I can tell you what became of Lucia.
That's typical, isn't it?
Tell me about Lucia.
Nobody here is too sorry that she's gone.
Why?
I don't think there was anyone here whom she didn't try to use. She was a real bitch.
I don't believe that.
Where did she disappear to?
She used to see a lot of Elveridge, the apprentice of Thorben, the carpenter from the lower part of town. I bet she's up and left with that young man. And it's gonna get even
Where could the
worse.
two of them have gone?
If the wolves didn't eat them, I suppose they went to stay with the farmers. Where else would they go?
What else do you know?
I've heard many stories about people who disappear down here at the harbor, but I'm not so sure whether I should believe them. You should have a chat with the merchants down here. That's all I can tell you, alas. Now, what about the two of us, sweetie? You paid for it after all. Wouldn't you like to have a little fun before you leave?
Thanks, but I've got to go now.
Too bad. Well, maybe next time.
He simply talks too much.
That's not what I heard.
And it's going to get even worse.
But that's terrible.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking for.
These are bad times.
You said that you've got what I need. Does that include information?
But of course, what is it you want to know?
Are there any other traders here at the harbor?
If you keep to the left at the quay, you'll find Helvor, my husband. He sells fish. On the other side, there's Brahim, the cartographer.
What interesting things are there to see around the harbor?
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Cardiff's Inn at the quay. There's always something brewing there. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there will certainly draw your attention to it. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That one's really worth seeing. You'll find it if you keep left at the quay and then pass under the high rock face.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You could say so. It wasn't that long ago. A thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower part of the city. Of course, the militia came here way too late, like always. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor, and he was gone.
Hey, you! What interesting things are there to see here?
There's a cat house here and a tavern. The landlord's name is Cardiff. If it's information you want, he'll be the right person to talk to. Do you, need money, by the way?
Are you giving it away?
No, but right across the street here is the house of Lamar, the moneylender. I'm sure he'll give you a few gold pieces. Just go ahead.
Do you work for Lamar?
Smart kid.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Not long ago, the city guards turned the entire harbor district upside down. They were searching for stolen property. There've been plenty of thefts here lately, especially in the better quarters. They're obviously trying to blame the poor suckers at the harbor for everything.
Actually, I was on my way to the upper quarter.
Yeah, right. And I was about to board a ship and have it take me to the king for an audience. People like you and me haven't been allowed in the upper quarter since the Paladins came.
Are you a citizen of this town?
If you mean do I live here, yeah. But still they won't let me into the upper quarter. Only the Toths can get in there, or the merchants and craftsmen from the lower end of town. The people from the harbor district don't carry much weight in Corinth. There isn't even a regular militia patrol down here.
How's it going?
How much do you want?
What do you mean, how much?
I'm the moneylender and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.
Well, lend me some money.
Sure. How much would you like? I charge 20%.
I'll think about it.
Make up your mind. Don't waste my time.
Nothing you can do about it.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I can't believe that.
I'd have gone about it differently. Hey, you still here? Didn't I tell you to piss off? Now I'll show you who's boss around here.
You listen to the wrong people.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here you are.
We have a new challenger. The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see what you can do.
Finish him! That hit the spot.
Do you... Are you... Then...
That hit the spot.
Do you... Are you... Then...
And now for some action.
Not bad at all.
I want to fight.
Do you... Are you... Then...
And now... That hit the...
Ah, my head. Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. I see you already... You could have waited and...
I've got your sword.
Good. I'm curious whether you'll dare to challenge me again.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus, by the explicit order of the Honorable...
I'd have gone about it differently.
About the package.
Have you found it?
Not so far. I need information.
That's what I've always said.
Where can I find work?
You're not likely to find work down here at the harbor. You need to go to the craftsman in the lower part of town for that. But if you wield a decent blade, you could go challenge Ulrich. He fights for gold behind the warehouse.
Is there any special work to be had around here where I could make some quick money?
Something special, you say? Go talk to Nagur then. Maybe he can help you.
Cardiff says you may have a job for me.
There are no jobs for the king's soldiers down here at the harbor. You're about to stick your nose into things that are none of your business. Get lost.
Really? How interesting.
Who are your employers?
You don't really think I'd tell you that, do you?
Who says things like that? That's terrible.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Honestly, I would list it myself.
He never would have thought of that himself. Do you really believe that?
Hey, you still here? Didn't I tell you to piss off? Now I'll show you who's boss around here.
I want to fight against you. Here you are.
We have the bets. Are you ready?
Come.
Then.
Not bad at all.
Ah, my head.
Wait a minute.
I see. You could have. First, give me back my. Good.
Wait a minute.
Do you have 50 gold? We have a new. The bets are you ready? Then let's see.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By these everyone is to begin.
Not bad.
Ah, my head. Oh man, I see you are. You could have waited and. Good.
That's terrible.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command.
Don't tell me you didn't know that. Insisted he knew better.
Hey, you now. Hey, now. Hey, now. Hey, now I'll show.
Basically talks too much.
Never change.
Really?
Hey, now I'll show. Hey, you now I.
Will you stop it already? I'm the one who does the bashing.
Nothing there.
You poor sucker. You don't even have any gold on you. For the king.
Nothing there.
Every inhabitant of Corinus who is guilty of a crime
For the king.
is to report immediately to Lord Andre. Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
And it's gonna get even worse.
About the package.
Have you found it?
I threw it into the harbor basin.
So? Well, the main thing is that it can no longer fall into the wrong hands. Here is your pay.
Have you got another job for me?
You have taken the package of swampweed out of circulation. Good. But I would like to know who is distributing the stuff among the people. It must be someone in the harbor district. If someone regularly came from outside the city, he would have been caught some time ago.
What exactly am I to do?
Find the dealer and get him to sell you some weed. That will not be easy, but we cannot arrest him otherwise. Talk to Mortis. He knows the harbor district. Perhaps he can help you.
From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join the Royal Militia.
What do you know about the Harbor District? I want to find the one who's selling the swamp weed.
Well, the guys down there really don't talk much, and they're guaranteed not to say anything to one of the city guard. If you want to learn anything down there, you should... No, you have to take off your armor.
All right, and then?
The tavern and the brothel are probably the best places for you to go. If you're gonna learn anything, then you'll learn it there.
That's not what I heard.
Everybody knows by now.
These are bad times.
I won't tell her a thing from now. You didn't say.
He'd better shut up. Who says things like that?
Works all right, too.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
These are bad times.
Man, just leave me alone, okay?
These are bad times. Really? How interesting.
And it's going to get even worse.
That's an open secret.
Hey, you!
Come back to me the next.
I don't believe that.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Can I get special goods here too?
Sure, all my girls are very special. If you have enough gold, you can go upstairs with Nadja.
Nice.
I want to have some...
Go.
Hey,
These are bad times.
let's go upstairs.
Today's your lucky day, baby. Let's go.
He'd better shut up. Really, how interesting. Who says things like that?
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
You don't say.
That's not what I heard.
Wait a minute. Where can I buy some weed around here?
If you want me to tell you something, you'd better part with a few gold pieces.
How much do you want?
50 gold pieces should do the trick.
Now tell me where I can buy weed.
That's what I've always said.
Talk to Borka, baby. He'll have some weed for you.
I'm better off myself.
That's not what I heard.
Someone's gonna do the work.
I can't
I've heard you're selling weed.
Says who?
Tell this to anyone.
Says Nadja.
What do you know? The little bird has sung. You know, you shouldn't believe everything this gal tells you.
That's beside the point.
I just want to know who sent you so I can be sure you're all right.
These are bad times.
So, do you want to cut a deal or not?
Who says things like that?
All right. Let's make a deal. You give me 50 gold pieces, and then you'll get your weed.
That's not what my husband
No
said.
haggling.
Let's make a deal. Here's the gold.
All right.
I haven't seen it with my own eyes.
Here's a fresh, resinous stalk of weed.
Now that's typical, isn't it? And he works all day too. That's what I've always said. That's not what my husband says. He simply talks too much.
He never would have thought of that himself.
He simply talks too much.
I want to fight.
Do you have... Here we have the bets. Are you ready? Then let's see.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Show him! Not bad.
Ah, my head.
Wait a minute.
I see you. You could have waited.
I want to.
I think that should be let me have a short. Come back again later.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus, by the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following...
Really? How interesting.
About that weed. I know who's selling the weed in town. It's Borka, the doorman at the Red Lantern.
Indeed? Do we have proof?
He sold me some swamp weed.
Fine. That's enough for us. I shall have him arrested at once. Here is your pay.
Have you got another assignment for me?
Lobart the turnip farmer has problems in his fields. If we help him, it will solidify his relationship with the city. So go to him and see what is wrong.
Martial law is immediately declared in all cities and regions of the realm. All civilian judges are to hand over their duties to the royal paladins effectively.
These are bad times.
Every crime or act of resistance against the king's guards most severely. Every inhabitant of Corinus who is guilty of a crime is to report immediately to Lord Andre.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I'm not touching that.
He simply talks too much.
You didn't get that from me.
Do you? Here we the. Are you? Then.
Not bad.
Ah, my head.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man. You pack. Here's your 100 gold piece.
That's been known a long time.
That's not what I heard.
It was obvious all along.
Everyone is to begin training in the skills of combat immediately, and to arm himself appropriately.
I'm in heat fire.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
But that's terrible.
Really didn't deserve that.
We can only wait and see. So why won't they listen to me?
Everybody knows me.
Andre sent me to you. Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, sure. Those damn field raiders are making me sick. Do them all in. I don't care how.
Hey, you! Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there. I've done away with the things.
Well done. Well, you're not a bad exterminator. I'll recommend you around. Here, take this as payment.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't, but you can ask my wife or the...
This forever.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
I can't believe that.
So great was the wrath of Beliar that he came across the land
For the king.
and chose the beast. And Beliar spoke to it, and the beast became.
I've helped Lobart.
Excellent. If Lobart is happy, then he will continue to sell his turnips to the city. Here is your pay. Better off myself.
Only the citizens of the town and the king's troops can get into the upper end of the town.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
I belong to the militia. Let me pass.
So, Andre accepted you. Then he can't be such a bad guy after all. You are now one of the protectors of the city, so be nice and friendly towards the citizens.
Do you really believe that?
I've heard a thing or two.
What are you doing here?
Who are you then? Looks like you're new and have no idea what's going on around here. They call me Gerbrandt. That's Mr. Gerbrandt. Sir to you. Got it?
I get the point, Mr. Gerbrandt, sir.
At least it didn't take you too long to grasp how the wind blows around here. As soon as business starts picking up again, I can surely find a use for a great big guy like you. You'd make a really good depot master. Can you read?
Of course.
Fine, fine. Trained staff is hard to come by. How about your references?
References?
All right. I shall remember your face. Once trade picks up again, come and see me. I just might have a job for you by then.
Ah, you again. So, you actually managed to get into the upper quarter. There are some things you must heed here. Otherwise, you will wind up outside as fast as you got in here. You're only allowed to enter the merchants' buildings. You can recognize them by the signs over the door, just so there are no misunderstandings. The other buildings belong to important citizens. There is nothing there for you. As a member of the militia, you also have access to the rooms of the paladins, but your quarters are still in the barracks. The important citizens of this town live in this quarter, so treat them with respect. Do we understand each other?
Sure. Has anything exciting happened lately?
You should know that best. As a member of the city guard, it's your task to see to law and order.
Where can I find Lord Hagen?
He's in the town hall, at the end of the upper quarter, but you will not be admitted there without a good reason.
Been there, done that. You listen to the wrong people.
How's business?
Not so great. Back when the barrier was still in place, times were better. The prisoners would scrape boxes and boxes of ore from the mines, and my ships then brought it to the mainland. On their way back, they bought food and other wares. But now we're cut off from the mainland, and I have to rely on the farmers for supplies.
No idea. You tell me.
How do you make a living now?
Right now, I'm living off my savings. But if I can't get back into business, times are gonna get rough for me.
Same old thing all over. You listen to the wrong people. It had to happen sooner or later. I agree.
agree with you completely.
What are you doing here?
I make sure that nobody enters the houses. Explicit order from Lord Hagen, and don't even think about violating this order.
How are things?
At the moment, everything is quiet.
Justice will prevail in the end.
Nobody wants to know.
That's been known a long time.
Same old thing all over again.
That's really not my problem.
What's new?
Citizens are disappearing from here one by one. Up to now, we haven't been able to find out what's happening to them. Could the orcs be behind it?
What are my options here in town?
If you don't want to end up in the gutter in the harbor district, find a regular job. Ask around in the lower part of town. Maybe you'll get lucky. If you're planning on staying longer here in the city, you should join the militia, or at least get trained in combat. The combat instructors in the barracks also train civilians. The orcs will come soon, and then you'll be glad of every hour you spent on the drill ground.
What do you know about the Paladins?
Not much. Nobody knows exactly why they're here. Not even those of us in the city guard. They've taken control of the city, chased the governor out of his council chamber, and relieved the judge of his office. If you ask me, it's a good thing. Those pompous asses bitterly need a lesson in humility.
What can you tell me about this area?
You're now in the upper part of town. Where do you want to go?
Thanks, that's all I wanted to know.
He listened to the wrong people. You hardly know who to believe these days.
Same old thing all over.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
The path of virtue is long and rocky.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I couldn't care less.
I never knew that.
You don't have to tell me that.
Justice will prevail in the end.
No idea. You tell me.
He listened to the wrong people.
I've got no time for things like that.
I'm not telling you anything new.
I'm staying out of
That's all just gossip.
See? That wasn't so hard.
For the king.
That's been known a long time.
No idea. You tell me.
What are you doing here?
What do you think, huh? I'm a gardener. I take care of the garden.
You're pretty much by yourself here, aren't you?
Yes, and it should stay that way. I'm glad that I have some peace here. Once, they wanted to send me to the penal colony because I did some guy in. But Larius, the governor, needed another gardener, and so I could stay here. Over time, this garden has become my home, and I'm content with that.
Are you growing herbs as well?
A few. I'm growing fireweed and fire nettles. I also tried swamp weed, but that doesn't really thrive here.
Is it really true?
Hey,
I am Geryon, master of two-handed combat and paladin of the king. Why are you disturbing me?
can you train me?
If you wish to learn something, you must turn to a teacher from outside of our order. I am a warrior, not a teacher.
Halt! Only men who are in service to the king may enter the town hall.
I am a member of the militia.
All right, you can go in.
What does it mean to be a paladin?
A paladin is a warrior of Innos. He lives in order to serve him and fights in order to do him honor. In return, the gift of magic is bestowed upon us. The magic of runes, which we are granted as recognition for our deeds.
Can you teach me something?
I only instruct paladins.
I know nothing about picking locks. Hey, you!
What's your business here? If you want something, make an appointment.
How's it going?
What business is it of yours? As long as the paladins are in the city, Lord Hagen takes care of all the affairs that concern the city.
I didn't mean to intrude.
You have failed utterly at that, so go away.
Who are you?
I am Larius, the local governor. Even if it may not seem so at the moment, I am the most powerful man in this city.
So you're in charge here?
At the moment, my hands are tied. That Lord Hagen is in command here, for as long as he's in the city at any rate.
I have already heard of you. Lothar has reported that you wish to speak with me. You are the stranger who has demanded the Eye of Innos. I am Lord Hagen, Paladin of the King, warrior of our Lord Innos, and Commander-in-Chief of Khorinis. I have much to do, so do not waste my time. Tell me, rather, why you are here.
What do you know about the Eye of Innos?
It is a divine artifact. In the old prophecies, it is mentioned in connection with dragons. However, the scriptures also say that only a chosen of Innos can wear it.
The hosts of evil are gathering very close to here, in the Valley of Mines.
In the Valley of Mines? We have dispatched an expedition there. We are also aware of reports that say the pass there is occupied by orcs. But thus far, no news has reached me of an army of evil. What army is that supposed to be?
An army of dragons who have gathered hosts of their minions around them.
Dragons? According to the old scriptures, it is many centuries since dragons were last sighted. Tell me, why should I believe a word you say?
But the question isn't whether you can believe me. The question is whether you can afford not to believe me when I tell the truth.
As long as I have no proof, I cannot afford to send even more men there.
Why have you come to Corinus?
We are on an important mission for the kingdom. Our orders come directly from King Robar. I told you that we have sent an expedition to the Valley of Mines. That is the reason for our presence.
So you want me to bring you proof?
Precisely. Cross the pass and go to the Valley of Mines. Once there, seek out the expedition, and when you have found them, speak to Commander Garond. If anyone knows the situation there, he will. If he confirms your words, then I am prepared to help you.
Does that mean you'll hand over the Eye of Innos to me?
The Eye of Innos? Good. Bring me proof. Then I shall see to it that you are permitted to wear the amulet.
Then can I say I've got your word on this matter?
You can, for you have it.
How am I supposed to get across the pass?
I shall give you the key to the gate to the pass. However, you will have to find your own way through the ranks of the orcs. May Innos protect you.
I want to take up service with the Order.
To be a warrior of Innos means to devote yourself entirely to the cause of Innos. Only the noblest and bravest warriors are accepted into our order. If you are truly determined to become a paladin, you must prove that you are worthy.
How can I prove myself worthy?
Your deeds will show whether you are worthy. We fight for freedom and justice in the name of Innos. We fight against Beliar and his henchmen who want to destroy the just order of Innos.
I understand.
You understand nothing at all. Our honor is our life, and our life is Innos. A paladin goes into battle praising Innos, and many of us have lost our lives on the altar of the eternal strife between good and evil. Every single one of us has committed himself to this tradition. If we fail, we tarnish the deeds of our fallen comrades. Only he who truly understands this is worthy of being a paladin.
I want to take up service with the Order.
To be a warrior, only the... If you are truly
According to the reports I've received, the Valley of Mines is a dangerous place. Make sure to equip yourself well before you leave.
How is the situation on the mainland?
The war isn't won yet, although the royal troops are already driving back the orcs. But small bands of orcs are gathering in many places, trying to scatter our army. They fight without honor and without faith, and therefore we shall prevail in the end.
Can you teach me?
I only instruct the follower.
tell me you didn't know that.
But he knew that all along. Hey, you, wait a minute. You're headed for the Valley of Mines, aren't you?
And?
Here's a bargain. You give me a report on what's going on with the ore, and for that I will get you a ring that increases your life energy.
I'll see what I can do.
You can't rely on that.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Only Enos decides what's right or wrong.
I'm not telling you anything new.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
That's what I've always said.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I don't know why he gets so worked up. He didn't get that from me.
I'm no better off myself.
Wouldn't be so sure.
That doesn't surprise me.
And thus spake Adenos to his brothers, Never again shall you walk upon my land, for it is sacred, and so shall it be. But the human and the beast waged war upon the land of
Wait a minute.
But that's terrible.
Everything all right with you?
Yeah, and with you.
Hey!
I know nothing about picking locks.
That will never change.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I've heard a thing or two.
That doesn't surprise me.
I don't believe this is gonna change. Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Is it really true?
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Someone's got to do the work.
And it's gonna get even worse.
That doesn't surprise me.
I think that should be a come back.
He simply talks too much.
Do you really believe that?
That's not what my husband thinks.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
He had better show
See that? I can't help it.
That's terrible.
I want to fight against.
Let me come back again and let.
You don't say.
That's been known a long time.
Who says that?
That was obvious all along.
It's going to get even worse.
These are bad times.
That's what I've always said.
Ah, you've come just in time. I'm in need of an assistant for a magic experiment. I'm sure you're eager to do me a favor for science's sake.
Easy, my friend. First, tell me what this is all about.
I have developed a new spell, a spell of oblivion. I've already successfully carried out a few practical applications, but I don't have time to conduct one final test.
What's in it for me if I help you?
I could teach you how to brew potions. I know the recipes for healing and mana essences, and for potions of great speed.
Tell me more about the experiment and the spell.
The spell serves to make somebody forget various events. So far, I have only found it to work when the person in question is angry, for instance. If he has been knocked down or robbed, even if he has only witnessed such a deed, he will scratch it from his memory.
So I'm supposed to knock somebody down and then put a spell on him?
Yes, I think you get the point. But to make somebody angry, it is enough to attack him. You don't have to knock him down. So you should pick somebody who's by himself. If there are other people around, you'll just get into trouble with Lord Andre. Also, it makes no sense to cast the spell on someone who's busy attacking you. Wait for the right moment.
All right, I'll try out that spell.
Then take this spell scroll and find yourself a suitable guinea pig. Once you're done, come back and tell me how it went.
Filthy thief, just you wait.
No idea. You tell me.
That's been known along. I don't believe this is gonna change.
You don't say.
I agree with you.
Halt! No one may
Deserve that.
Are you deaf? You mustn't believe everything you hear. You ask for my opinion.
You don't say.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
You didn't get that from me. So sure.
Yes, all. That what?
Get out of my bed. Oh, damn it. What's up?
Can't go on like this forever.
I wouldn't have done that. You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Oh, what's up?
Really didn't deserve that.
I wouldn't have done that. That's exactly what I said.
You're in for it.
Nothing to be had there.
Well, we'll see the next time.
Show me your maps.
Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
Some problems solve themselves.
Really?
Never
How
change.
interesting.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Really? How interesting. I haven't seen it.
It can't go on like this forever.
It's totally obvious.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Go away. Don't talk that.
You don't say.
About the experiment.
Have you been successful then? Or have you just wasted the spell scroll? Huh? If you need more spells...
Show me your where.
That'll only cause more trouble.
I knew that would be a problem.
Filthy thief, just you wait.
I know nothing about picking locks.
Nobody ever asks me.
Where did you pick that up, then?
I don't want to hear that anymore.
I knew that would be a problem.
Do you really think?
Damn it, what's up?
You should have known better.
Can't believe that. It is.
Those are all just rumors.
I've got my own opinion about that.
It's totally obvious.
You don't say.
I'm no better off myself.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I already thought as much.
I'm not telling you anything
Everybody knows by now.
Everybody knows by now.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
You listen to the wrong people.
That's an open secret.
That's not what I heard.
Couldn't be so sure.
But no, he insisted he
Don't
knew
tell this
better.
to anyone.
I don't believe that.
Will it ever change?
Now that's typical, isn't it?
There've been all kinds of rumors.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. Martial law is immediately declared in all cities and regions of the realm. All civilian judges are to hand over their duties to the royal paladins, effective immediately. The Honorable Lord Andre is commanded to punish every crime or act of resistance against the King's guards most severely. Every inhabitant of Corinus who is guilty of a crime is to report immediately to...
That's an open secret.
I don't believe this is going to change.
Those are all just rumors.
Someone's got to do the work.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
He can't keep anything to himself.
I don't believe this is going to change.
You don't say.
Everything for everybody.
It can't go on like this forever.
I don't believe that.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
That was quite obvious.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
That's not what I heard.
You don't say.
I've heard a thing or two.
I never knew that.
But that's terrible.
Really? How interesting.
You listen to the wrong people.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Go away. Don't tell me that.
So why won't they listen to me?
It's really not my problem.
But that's terrible.
You don't say.
But he knew that all along.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Everybody knows by now.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I'm not touching that.
That was obvious all along.
Don't tell this to anyone.
He simply talks too much.
He really didn't deserve that.
These are bad times.
I can't believe that.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Who says things like that?
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
I agree with you completely.
These are bad times.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
I knew that would be a problem.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I'm not touching that.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
That's an open secret.
You don't say.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
It's a bad business.
And it's going to get even worse.
But that's terrible.
So why won't they listen to me?
I'm not telling you anything new.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
It was just like you said.
I agree with you completely.
That's what I've always said.
That's what I've always said.
He didn't get that from me.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
That's not what my husband thinks.
These are bad times.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
I agree with you completely.
That's an open secret.
Someone's gotta do the work.
Don't say you didn't know that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I'm not touching that.
He never would have thought of that himself.
That's not what my husband thinks.
We can only wait and see.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I don't believe that.
He simply talks too much.
But he knew that all along.
That's all just gossip.
You don't say.
But that's terrible.
We can only wait and see.
He listened to the wrong people.
Really, how interesting.
Don't tell this to anyone.
We can only wait and see.
That's not what I heard.
That's an open secret.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
I've heard a thing or two.
That's not what I heard.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
That's terrible.
I already thought as much.
He listened to the wrong people.
I don't believe that.
Who says things like that?
He didn't get that from me.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
That's an open secret.
That's what I've always said.
He didn't get that from me.
That doesn't surprise me.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
It's gonna get even worse.
So why won't they listen to me?
I'd have gone about it differently.
That's an open secret.
That's an open secret.
I can't believe that.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
It was just like you said.
I'm not telling you anything new.
And he works all day, too.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
It can't go on like this forever.
Do you really believe that?
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
He didn't get that from me.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
I can't believe that.
Will it ever change?
Everybody knows by now.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Where did you pick that up then?
Is it really true?
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
And it's gonna get even worse.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Go away, don't tell me that.
I don't believe that.
But he knew that all along.
That's been known a long time.
I don't believe that.
Everybody knows by now.
But he knew that all along.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
But that's terrible.
I don't believe this is going to change.
He never would have thought of that himself.
He simply talks too much.
That's what I've always said.
It was just like you said.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Who says things like that?
But that's terrible.
He really didn't deserve that.
It's a bad business.
That's not what I heard.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I don't believe that.
That's an open secret.
I've got my own opinion about that.
I'm no better off myself.
He can't keep anything to himself.
That's terrible.
Where did you pick that up then?
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Everybody knows by now.
Someone's gotta do the work.
So why won't they listen to me?
I'm not telling you anything new.
And it's going to get even worse.
That's not what my husband thinks.
But he knew that all along.
Will it ever change?
I don't believe that.
He simply talks too much.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
That doesn't surprise me.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Everybody knows by now.
I'm not touching that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
But that's terrible.
And he works all day, too.
So why won't they listen to me?
I agree with you completely.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Don't say you didn't know that.
I never knew that.
I don't believe that.
That's not what I heard.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
That was obvious all along.
He can't keep anything to himself.
I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I already thought as much.
That was obvious all along.
He'd better shut up.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Don't tell me that.
I already thought as much.
He listened to the wrong people.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
My husband thinks.
We can only wait and see.
I agree with you completely.
You don't say.
Who says things like that?
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Go away, don't tell me that.
And he works all day, too.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Who says things like that?
Go away. Don't tell me that.
He really didn't deserve that.
These are bad times.
He simply talks too much.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
That's really not my problem.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Is it really true?
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
That's an open secret.
I've heard a thing or two.
That doesn't surprise me.
Someone's got to do the work.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I'm not touching that.
The wrong people.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
That was quite obvious.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
They're bad times.
So why won't they listen to me?
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Who says things like that?
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
He really didn't deserve that.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
And he works all day, too.
Really? How interesting.
It was just like you said.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Everybody knows by now.
So why won't they listen to me?
That's been known a long time.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Take care of everything for everybody.
I've heard a thing or two.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
It can't go on like this forever.
Surprise me.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Don't tell this to anyone.
It can't go on like this forever.
Will it ever change?
Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's terrible.
I already thought as much.
I'm not telling you anything new.
But that's terrible.
That's not what I heard.
That was quite obvious.
You listened to the wrong people.
He can't keep anything to himself.
That's typical, isn't it?
I knew that would be a problem.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
But that's terrible.
Don't tell this to anyone.
I knew that would be a problem.
That's really not my problem.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Everybody knows by now.
But he knew that all along.
Will it ever change?
Who says things like that?
That's not what I heard.
I'm not touching that.
There's nothing you can do about it.
These are bad times.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
It can't go on like this forever.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
He'd better shut up.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Where did you pick that up then?
That's all just gossip.
And it's going to get even worse.
That's an open secret.
Nobody ever asked for my
I'd
opinion.
have gone about it differently.
You don't say.
Someone's got to do the work.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Nothing you can do about it.
He simply talks too much.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
That's the first I've heard of it.
That's not what I heard.
I won't tell her a thing from now
And
on.
he works all day, too.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
I won't tell her a thing from now
I
on.
don't believe that.
I already thought as
Is
much.
it really true?
Go away, don't tell me that.
That's what I've always said.
I hardly know what to believe
Will
anymore.
it ever change?
Honestly, I witnessed it
These are
myself.
bad times.
I wouldn't be so sure.
That was obvious all along.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Works all day, too.
So why won't they listen to me?
That's been known a long time.
Everybody knows by now.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
That was quite obvious.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Everybody knows by now.
And he works all day, too.
It was just like you said.
That's not what I heard.
That's not what my husband thinks.
That's an open secret.
Where did you pick that up then?
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
These are bad times.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
It can't go on like this forever.
That doesn't surprise me.
He simply talks too much.
And it's going to get even worse.
That's the first I've heard of it.
You listened to the wrong people.
These are bad times.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I knew that would be a problem.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
These are bad times.
That's not what my husband thinks.
That's really not my problem.
That's not what I heard.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Who says things like that?
But that's terrible.
Myself.
I wouldn't be so sure.
These are bad times.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Really, how interesting.
I can't help him.
I knew that would be a problem.
I don't believe that.
The wrong people.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Everybody knows by now.
That was quite obvious.
He'd better shut up.
I hardly know what to believe.
Never pick a fight with me again. Put away.
Nothing to plunder.
Oh man, my head.
Wait a minute.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Oh, damn it. What's up?
What with? What with? I used the spell scroll.
Fine, fine. And were you successful?
Yes, it worked.
Excellent. One small success for science, but a big one for me. Now, I can use my time to instruct you in the arts of alchemy. I could also give you some useful things if you want.
Show me your ware.
Damn it, what's up?
Wait a minute. I met Valentino.
And?
I gave him a sound beating.
He deserved it. Here, I found this ring on him when our little disagreement had been settled. You're welcome to pass it on to the next person who beats him up.
Valentino was unable to pay his bar tab last night. He was blathering something about having been robbed and paying me later. Really?
And what did you do?
Well, I gave him a good thrashing. What else?
Here, take this ring.
What? I don't understand.
It used to belong to Valentino. You're welcome to pass it on to the next person who tans his hide.
And the human slew the beast, and it entered into Beliar's realm.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills